Todderick Hunt, NJ.com, here to talk a little Rutgers football recruiting 1 month away from signing day. It always perplexes me when I get a message or a Twitter DM from a fan asking about, Ash losing a recruiting battle down the stretch and feeling like, wow, he's got to win some of these battles. But I think to myself, did we just watch the same season? These guys are coming off a 2-win season, and I, for one, am pretty impressed by the class that they've been able to put together at this point, and look at anything they're able to add to this class as gravy. Yet there are a number of players that they're in contention for, and a number of players who I believe want to be at Rutgers and will be if anything opens up for them. Guys like Eddie Lewis out of Mater Dei, who I believe is one of the top skill position players throughout the entire state. A kid like Raheem Blackshear out of Archbishop Wood in PA, just a tremendous underneath talent. A twitchy guy, can play multiple positions, currently committed to Temple. Dion Pate, Taiwan Mason, a long defensive end out of Memphis I spoke to about 3 weeks ago, who told me that Rutgers was his leader. Terrence Harris out of PC, now at Lackawanna, has 3 to play 2. Will also be taking an official visit to Rutgers and could potentially be added to the fold down the stretch. Then you got a number of guys that they're currently looking to fight for. Guys like John Lovett, the former running back commit, now decommitted, took an official visit. Rutgers highly in the mix down the stretch. I'd probably say in that 1-2 position right now with Iowa. A guy like Corey Bolds, who will take an official visit to Rutgers on January 20th. Formerly one of the top ranked recruits throughout New Jersey. Didn't have quite as productive of a season as a senior. And he's waited a while to make his actual pledge. There's some academic things to work through, so it'll be interesting to see how that falls out. A guy like Ryan Thaxton, a big, long defensive end out of Alexandria, VA, good thickness, could potentially contribute early. And a punter like Tucker Day out of Brentwood, Tennessee, a U.S. Army All-American, can really put his foot, makes great contact with the football. And I think Rutgers is probably his top option at this point. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. With other teams coming in, but the actual on the offer list, I feel like Rutgers is potentially the strongest offer there. And you got a guy like Josh Fed Jackson out of St. Joe's Montville. We actually wrote a recent piece on Josh, feeling disrespected. I know Rutgers has reached out over the past few weeks. It'll be interesting to see if he's reciprocates any interest there, but as of right now, it looks like Rutgers won't be a go for him. And then there's a couple guys that are currently committed to Rutgers who I feel they just have to really keep a close watch on and love up until signing day. A guy like Amir Smith Marset, who recently committed to Rutgers out of Weequahic. He will be taking, as of right now, anyway, an official visit to Iowa on the 20th. So you certainly have to watch out for that. But I believe he ends up at Rutgers. Another guy like Bryce Watts, who's getting a ton of attention down the stretch from teams like Virginia Tech, different schools promising him. He can play on both sides of the ball to make things interesting there. But he's told me personally that he'll be a Scarlet Knight. This is Todderick Hunt, NJ.com, signing off.